Hello, Bethel Park. Welcome to another live edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline in the BPTV studios. Yes, we're in Bethel Park. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. Chip Hayner here, Smoking Jim Frazier. We got a full cast of volunteers here tonight. We got Connors back. We got Nick. Happy birthday, Nick. I kept my word. He said a month ago, we doing shows till the end of the year. Anthony's questioning me, Nick's questioning me. I go, we do a Tuesday night show every week. We'll do the last one before New Year, so Happy New Year to all our friends, fans, and family, and new friends if you're out there. Appreciate you watching our show. Thanks for watching us on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 in Bethel Park and all the way from Nemacolin, Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between. Thank you to all our fans there. On Facebook, thanks for all the likes. This old dog learned a few new tricks. 6,926 people like our page. Keep on liking that. We post up shows, and I post up all kind of things. You know, I posted the Steelers when they were undefeated. I posted when they lost. We'll talk about them on the last segment. But, you know, thanks for watching our show. And we have some sponsors here and different things we like to promote. So I'll start out with number one, Olive Oil's Pizzeria, Hillcrest Shopping Center, Bethel Park. Can't miss it, right on 88. We're not allowed to eat pizzas. Smoking Jim comes late. I come early, and everybody else is in between. Like I was saying, Connor's here. Nick's here. It's his birthday. We got Anthony here, back from a vacation up at his cabin with a foot of snow. He came back healthy, made it with a dog sled. So he's here tonight. And we got the legendary MVP, Steve. Steve's in here too. So we got 4 people in here. What a night it is. But check out Olive Oil's Pizzeria. I was getting gas yesterday, and I'm in line because I was buying a couple things. Got my gas, and a guy goes, "Hey, what are you doing, talking machine?" Here it's the son of my old basketball coach at Keystone Oaks, Jim Sims. He was a legendary coach and even coached on Olympic teams in Puerto Rico and other things. Wow. And his son goes, "How you doing?" So it was nice to see him. Brought back some good memories from KO back in the day when they were winning with the Werner twins at Keystone Oaks, the Nelson twins. And we end each show with Stay Joey Strong. Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation was founded by his great family. 6 years ago, Joey died of DIPG, a dreaded brain cancer. The family took it in stride, started events, raised over $100,000 to give the doctors to find a cure. They're still searching for a cure. When your child gets DIPG, they have a death sentence within a year, they're dead, so it's terrible. Next up, Bethel Park Historical Society Schoolhouse Arts and History Center. You know that old trolley right in the front there. I tell people it's not the T, it's a trolley. I used to ride them from Dormont to downtown Pittsburgh. What a shaking, rocking, and rolling ride it was. It was great on those trolleys. I don't know how some of the old-timers slept on them because I was bumped around so much, I almost fell out of my seat a couple times. But it's there. It's 2600 South Park Road. 1905 schoolhouse, been remodeled, refurbished, new roof, new windows, you name it. They've done it out there. It's just a great place. They have different people that rent from them, a dance studio, an artist. And my favorite tea place, Reginald's Coffee. They have fresh roasted coffee from all over the world. They bring it in, and the place is named after their dog, Reggie. And they have green tea. I drink my loose leaf green tea. I haven't been there because I don't want to sit outside. I have the comfort of home and my green tea there. But we'll have to go there when the weather gets warm again. But check them out. I think they're open for takeout, so go there. Reginald's Coffee House. So next up, Dave Cable likes to have a little fun at my expense. There's my smiling face on Uncle Sam. You got to see the video on that when we did a commercial. Sometimes we have it during our show. I Want You for BPTV. I got the whole crew, the whole squad in today, 4 of them here. Great volunteers at the studio. Look what Connor's doing on camera with no hands. Great job. Call 412-831-3304. As COVID gets better around here and we can do more things, we'll need volunteers to help out like tonight and other nights. And when we do on-location shows again, we'll need other people like the volunteers we have. So make sure you give a call. Tell Dave Cable, Uncle Al Levine, the talking machine, wants you for BPTV. Next up, another 501c3, the Bethel Park. Look at that pick. Unbelievable. He used one hand. He's awesome. Bethel Park Community Foundation, bpcf.org. Get an application. We have money for you from $100 to $5,000. By the way, we've been around for 25 years and have given out $1 million to local groups in Bethel Park that are helping out in our community. And you could get money from us, get that application. I'm a trustee on the board. Just tell them that Al Levine said you can get money for your great group, unlike Smoking Jim, who talks a lot. And he wants that money, but he's a gambler. And my rule is, if you don't gamble, don't start. If you do gamble, do the opposite of Smoking Jim Frazier. That's just a little comment there. We have a little dispute. I got to test Connor's skills right now. I'm a little nervous here, so I'll try to hold this card steady for him. We'll see how he does. I'm watching him close there, folks. We'll see what he can do. The pressure's on. He's using both hands and two eyes.
I see him slipping one of his.
Unbelievable.
See that? He had to take off his right shoe to do that.
No, he didn't. He was ready. Look at that picture.
He's standing on one foot.
6103 Route 88, Finleyville. Red, white, and blue station. Skeets Lewandowski, owner of Skeets Service Station. About 6 miles from here in Finleyville, down 88. They do anything and everything that runs on gas, and like Chip said, make sure there's some gas in the vehicle, or weed whacker, lawnmower, truck, boat, you name it, hedge trimmer, whatever it is, they work on it. And just give them a call, 724-348-4715. They also work on electronic devices and everything else, and they sponsor our What's on Your Mind. So check them out. All right, I got one question for Smoking Jim Frazier. What's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
Here comes the hard, fast one.
to see
Look at that
catch. Hey, I tell you what.
Get it.
I tell you what, Al Levine, the talking machine. My man Corner's so good, he's ready to film some rap videos. I gotta give him a business card to Wiz Khalifa. He's on the money, brother. But hey, Al Levine, the talking machine.
Yes.
I know you're honest, man. Not that I don't
Oh,
believe
thanks
you.
for wearing the same shirt, buddy. You look great.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Chip didn't get the oh, you pretty big in that chest though, brother. You pretty big showing off that big burly chest. But hey, Al Levine, the talking machine,
Yes.
I tell you what. Not that I don't believe you, because I do. You're an honest man. But can you do me a favor and videotape just one of your meals? Not that you throw some egg whites in a bowl and next thing you know you got the omelet and all that. No, I mean from start to finish, no cut to tape.
I'll make an omelet just for you, and I'll throw in spinach and peppers.
It's just hard for me to believe that somebody can cook that good. You got a whole plate. Everything on that plate look good, man. Even the penguin look edible.
Even the Colonel cooks that good.
Yeah.
Smoking Jim, I may do a TV show where I cook, but I'll invite you because you know where I live and you travel all over the country, especially to New Kent on Tuesday nights. I don't know what you're doing there, but it must be business.
We like a lot of salt on our food.
Well, I have Himalayan salt. I have Himalayan salt that I rarely use because I don't use any salt. It's bad for your heart. After a quadruple bypass, buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken and salt on it, no good. But you can come and watch me when I do one of my meals on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night.
Well, I'm so glad the corner and the Rookie of the Year, Steve Fisher, is back. because now the vote is in my favor about computerized umpires. It's time. It's high time.
Disclaimer, he didn't bring the race card up, but he brought the stupid card out because he's still outnumbered. His math, he's a graduate of Gateway High.
1, 2, 3.
And we all know, because I've talked to numerous athletes like him out there, and they lack in mathematics because even though they got schooled, they were practicing at home. Football, baseball, which he never played, and other sports, and basketball too. And he can't add, folks, because nobody shook their head with him.
But one thing I know is nepotism when I see it. Congratulations. You got your cousin Nick a cookie. Can everybody share in that cookie? I've never seen a man move up so fast in this organization. He been here 3 weeks. He's in charge, man. He got his own parking spot out there in the line.
Again, this is like the third disclaimer. You can tell this is our last show of the year. All right, this is the last show of the year. Smoking Jim's on fire, but again, I know.
You tell your old basketball coach about Nick.
he may rest in peace. He's dead.
Oh,
he's dead. Sorry.
I thought you said you just seen him.
His son.
Oh, okay.
That shows his listening. Not only is his addition off, but his listening is off. As the disclaimer goes, you can't believe him. Because I said last week what nepotism is, you're related. I just found out what Nick's last name is. And we aren't related. He's an alumnus of my high school, Smoking Jim. I brought the dictionary out. I'm not going to waste my time because you didn't pay attention. And you ignore that stuff just to be an entertainer. It's respected.
Changing the last name.
We have fun.
In my high school, a lot of the kids changed their last name. We had a lot of Italian kids in our school, man. They was changing their last name. Hey, tell me it ain't true. Cool Papa Bell got traded by the Pirates. I wish Mark Cuban owned the Pirates, man. The Pirates would be doing so much better. But hey, what's on my mind is, listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers is looking for a quarterback. How about adding to the circus? Top 15 pick in the first round, Dwayne Haskins out there. Do you take a flyer on him? He comes in cheap, see if he can play. If not...
Well, Smoking Jim, you have a history of talking about Hines Ward.
In the first place, it makes about as much sense of thinking that he would fit in here as Cam Newton fits in with the New England Patriots.
That was a good one. Well, hey, sometimes you got to take a chance.
Well, he got another. He got another
take
strike.
a chance and you could end up 7-9.
Yeah. But hey, I've never seen an 11-0 football team so excited about winning the AFC North. Juju and the boys is doing, well, they wasn't doing a Super Bowl shuffle, but they was doing an AFC North and massless shuffle, and now they're going to be fine and lose a draft pick. Hey, listen, finally, I believe very sincerely, they're benching Ben for this game, playing Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph hasn't played well since the Cleveland game. I think that Mason Rudolph should apologize to Myles Garrett before the game. I think he got a guilty complex. I think he would play better after that. And that's what's on my mind.
Smoking
That's
Jim.
what's on my mind.
Do you see these numbers? Do you see these numbers?
He ain't played good since then.
He hasn't played either.
Huh?
He hasn't played either.
Yes, he played in the game when Ben got hurt. He played a whole half this year. He was terrible. They wouldn't even
Smoking
play
Jim.
for him.
This
Ben
is
did
a
not get
win.
hurt this year.
Yeah, remember he went in the locker room, had to come out of the locker room because Mason was playing so bad. What game
No,
was that? You
no,
remember
because
I
the
that?
forget.
bathroom's in the locker room.
He was
Okay.
cramping
You
up.
know? Okay, and they don't have a porta potty on the sideline.
Smoking Jim.
Yeah.
Record 5 wins, 3 losses. Your boy.
He got knocked out.
He missed 2 games. He didn't finish 2 games. Here's this record. See this record, fans? The legendary Duck, who Smoking Jim thinks they should get rid of Big Ben last year.
Yeah.
He was 3-3. What's that work out to a full year?
Duck beat Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Baltimore. He's AFC champ. He's the king.
How
of
many
the
wins
AFC.
is that?
They would be celebrating again.
They celebrate over the most ridiculous things.
Yeah, I agree. That's what's on my mind. Hey, apologize, get that off your conscience, and move on. I forgive him,
Well,
and I think Myles Garrett would too.
another disclaimer, Smoking Jim. You're so spoiled by the Steelers that you're actually being disrespectful. Any Steeler fan would love a division title every year, like the Patriots used to do till they got rid of Brady.
Is that their goal?
That's what their goal is.
That's their first goal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Then they look for the Super Bowl.
Woo!
The first
They
goal
were
is to
popping
win your
champagne.
division, to make the playoffs, and then once you're in the playoffs, the goal is to win it all.
Thanks.
Mike Tomlin
Thanks,
lost,
Chip.
Mike Tomlin lost the team. I wish we had Mike McCarthy. You see what he's doing in Dallas. That's a coach.
Okay.
What are they, 5-9 or?
The Steelers going to get fined and lose a draft pick right after Coach Tomlin said no more dancing. They're dancing right in front of his locker. Come on, man. No mask. Who's running
enough.
that organization? That's a bingo long
You know
all
what? You know what?
That's a bingo long
This
all
reminds me of that awful pregame show I saw last night
Yeah.
on ESPN with Randy Moss and Booger. What's
Oh,
his name?
yeah, it was terrible.
All they do is scream and yell. They don't say anything of substance.
And now moving on, Chip Hayner, what's on your mind?
Well, just because I like to take it, follow in the footsteps of my ridiculous friend to my left, and I think I'm all about gamesmanship, and I'm all about trying to get an edge within the rules, of course. Okay, because I'm not an advocate of cheating.
Thank you.
Mason Rudolph needs to get a PFA against Myles Garrett, then he won't be able to play on Sunday. He won't be allowed within 500 feet of him.
I like that.
Okay, so that being said, and Smoking Jim, in his irreverent way, decided to bring up my beloved Buccos. And if you notice, a pirate mask, a pirate jersey. Okay,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirates traded arguably their best player. Okay, they traded Josh Bell, and I'm very sad to see Josh Bell leave the Pittsburgh Pirates. It was inevitable that he was going to leave the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
And I think what Ben Cherington did after making observations on this team over the past year in the organization and seeing what was left in the organization after Neil Huntington and Clint Hurdle got through with it, he found out the cupboards were bare. Okay? And Josh Bell was the most popular player on the team. And at one time, you could have said he was easily, by far, the best player on the team.
Right.
But those two things being said, he still helped the Pirates to the worst record in baseball this year. The Pirates can't be any worse than they were last year without him as they were with him because they were the worst team in the league. And here's what the thing is. Josh Bell, his recent success is enough in the recent memory that you were able to extract as much talent for him as you could in a trade. The Pirates are in desperate need of pitching.
Yep.
They've got the number
Three.
three
And
prospect in the
3 and 6.
in the Nationals, and the number 6 prospect in the Nationals. The number 6 prospect is a 19-year-old who's got a lot of upside. The other one made his major league debut last season, and they say that he could even compete for a starting pitching job this year. So even though you can laugh and joke at the Pirates, but
Which he does.
We're not talking about a division champion or a team that's going to compete for the World Series this year. Okay, this is a team that's in the midst of a rebuild, and the only way that the Pirates are going to be successful with the current financial structure of Major League Baseball is they have to draft well, they have to develop talent, make the most use of it, and then continue. And so we're going to have players at max 5 to 6 years. Okay, once they reach the major leagues.
Sure.
That's the business model that can work. You look at teams like Tampa Bay, Oakland,
Milwaukee.
There are other teams that are making this work. So this is the way things have to be done. It's sad that he's going. It makes a lot of sense for the Pirates to do that. More trades will be made before the end of the year because let's not forget about the fact that the Pittsburgh Pirates won 19 of 60 games last year. Okay? We're not talking about a division-winning team trading off all of their high-priced talent and tanking.
Right.
This is a team that's trying to rebuild, and you got to rebuild from the ground up. So I tip my hat to what the Pirates are trying to do. Time will tell if this trade works to our benefit or to our detriment. I wish Josh Bell a productive major league career. I hope someday that he wins a title in Major League Baseball, but not against my beloved Pirates. But that's what's on
All
my
right,
mind.
non-baseball guy, what's your question?
I just want to know.
Non-baseball
I just
guy.
want to know, is there anything the Pirates can do? Listen, you both would not pay
Wait a minute, you
paper-
finish
Let me
your
just
first
finish-
sentence.
Let me just finish
No,
it.
you started 5 sentences. Finish one
I am.
thought.
Let me get to that. You both would not pay pay-per-view for football, but you buy season tickets for the Pirates. Now, let me see. They in the Guinness Book of World Record for 21 or 22 losing seasons.
21.
They're getting rid of players left and right. Not in your lifetime will you see the Pirates win again. Is there anything the Pirates can do that will make you not buy your season ticket? I'm watching World Series on TV and this Pirate
There's one thing they could do that would cause me not to renew my season tickets. Hire you as director of player development.
Listen, but let me say this because you attacked my character, but you never answered my question. If the Pirates had Mark Cuban, they would be winners. Don't you agree?
No. Because if I look at your record of betting and predicting 3 weeks ago, did you not tell me that the Cleveland Browns were going to win the AFC North?
I've been on a
Did
bad
you not
streak.
did you not tell me the Steelers were
been on
not
a
going
bad
to
streak.
win another game? Did you not say last week? Did you not say
But guess
the
how I'm gonna
Steelers
get-
were going to end up 11-6?
But guess how I'm going to get all my money back? Betting against the Pirates every game.
Well, here, I'll tell you how you get your money back.
Woo!
Bet against Mason Rudolph. Well, Mason Rudolph is going to beat the Browns this week because that's just what he does. And if you notice that Jim's quarterback of the future, Baker Mayfield, how he fumbled away the ball to lose the game on Sunday, just like I told you, he's got Vinny Testaverde-itis.
Wait a minute. You're not
No, he
gonna-
has that.
all the
He's a
Cleveland-
choker.
All the Cleveland Browns had 5 receivers out because they were all in the
Oh,
hot tub
wait a
together.
minute.
5
Wait,
receivers in a hot tub
wait,
together.
wait.
They all got. You can't blame Baker for that.
Wait,
He
wait.
told them brothers don't get in the hot tub together.
no,
and there
no,
go
wait,
Ryan
wait,
Switzer
wait.
diving in with the brothers.
Does that sound like you're making excuses?
I mean, they had no receivers. They was all in the hot tub
Hey,
together.
you know
Have you
what?
ever heard of anything like that?
Yes.
Yes, I have
Yes, I
this
have.
year. Yes, I have this year. And you know what?
Plenty of it.
It's their own stupidity.
Yeah.
And they get what they deserve because they're the Cleveland Browns.
Well, the other thing is, to get serious, is when you don't believe something that's killed over 333,000 people,
I don't believe it.
then that happens to you. And we appreciate you wearing a mask, practicing social
I made
distance.
you.
In the
Yeah.
last week, 3 people that I know have died.
Don't say that. I've not met.
Well,
I
that
don't
is
know
absolutely
anybody.
true.
Yes, you do.
I just know somebody
Coach
else
D's
that just
looking
got
down
released
on
from
you
the
right
hospital
now.
today.
Coach D's
It's been
looking
in
down
there 2
on you.
I
weeks.
love Coach D.
2 weeks.
He died
she
of
just
it.
got released from the hospital today
You're bringing me down. You're bringing me.
because it's the truth.
I don't want to believe it. With the vaccine's here.
My man, you don't even understand. You never had a vaccine. The only vaccine you probably had's for polio.
You know what?
Everything else you don't even know.
Well, there is no cure for ignorance.
No. And I learned that you can't argue with stupid people, so I don't know what's happening.
Because I don't know anybody that got it. Now I'm ignorant.
You do. I just told you. You just said you love Coach D.
He's playing the race card on me.
Tony, my man Tony watches the show. How about I'm at Chick-fil-A the other day. Great chicken sandwich. My son treats me to a breakfast bagel, chicken, egg, and cheese bagel. No lines because we're there at 7:30. Tony's there. I go, hey, Tony, how are you? He goes, hey, Al, I'm fine. How you doing? I go, I'm great. He goes, how's you and Smoking Jim? I go, we're great. He goes, I saw him on a show. He was so quiet and subdued. I go, is that Smoking Jim? I go, what show? He goes, it's Champion. I go, Chase? He goes, yeah. He goes, he was so quiet, not himself. What's wrong with him? I go, he interviews 10,000 people a year. On my show, when we're on location, he won't even ask a question. He just eats pizza. And I go, when we're on here, he just likes to have fun. He goes, that show, it was unreal watching Smokin' Jim. Tell him that.
If he tried this on Championship Chase, he wouldn't be back the next day.
I've been fined by the FCC before, man. Them fines hurt, brother.
And then he goes, thanks Smokin' Jim for his picks on the Pitt basketball team. He goes, but why wasn't he even thinking of Billy Knight? Wasn't he a good player? I go, he was a legendary player.
Before my time.
No, your time has been around
Dude,
for
you're
a
my
long
age.
time.
It's your time.
Here's the last disclaimer on a section here. He suffered too many CTE injuries. I'm not making fun of it because it's serious. Look at him. He's been concussed so many times, he doesn't even know what day it is today. So it's Nick's birthday. It's Nick's birthday again. Look at that. Happy Nick. And it's not Nick Levine. Look, there's no last name. No nepotism. All right, Chip, I got to go to what's on my mind. I got to take a deep breath. I haven't had that many disclaimers on Smokin' Jim ever. What a way to end 2020. I got to start this out. I've been entertained during the whole football season, and I've been a Steeler fan since Joe Green become a Steeler. That was the first time that I saw somebody emotional about losing, because it was the same old Steelers that Art Rooney created back in 1933. Every year they'd play tough, they'd beat people up. We had good and bad players. Smokin' Jim will tell you about that. But as a paper boy, I'd get Steeler gloves. I'd rip off the decal. I'd get a Steeler knit hat. I was 12 years old then, 1968. I'd rip off the decal. My mother goes, Alan, that's nice gloves and a hat. What are you ripping those logos off? I go, Mom, I like the Green Bay Packers because they win. The Steelers, they always say SOS. She goes, what's that? I go, same old Steelers. She didn't even watch them. She goes, okay, I understand now, but you shouldn't do that. So long story short, I become a Steeler fan because they started to win. Then they got Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris, legendary linebackers. John Kolb, I just saw a picture of him with this artist friend of mine. He did a painting of him. And John Kolb was the strongest man in the NFL. He was twice the size of me, and now he's not. So I don't know what they were doing, except Jim O'Brien was on our show, and he said they had plates of steroids they passed out to the players.
Vitamins.
No,
vitamins.
Jim O'Brien said they were the steroids. There was no doubt about it.
Vitamins.
But yeah, officially, that's what they say. So with all this long story here, because we've been long-winded with Smokin' Jim every time interrupting, adding his 3 cents of baseball, because it doesn't make sense, but we'll go with that. I'm enjoying the Steelers winning. When they were 11-0, I'm hearing all this criticism that, you know, they suck, they're not good. And I go, wait a second, we were 8-8 last year, and you said they should fire the coaches, get rid of the players, get rid of Ben, everybody else. This year, we're 11-0. So what? We lose another 3 games. We win a game because we had 20 minutes of good play. Big Ben impressed me because last week I was saying something's wrong with him. He's overthrowing people, underthrowing. They're not running the right routes, and they're dropping balls, leading the league. All of a sudden, second half of the game, first series, they can't punch the ball in. I look at my son and I go, this is another tough game. I said, I hope we find something. We stop them next series, one play, we got a touchdown with a great catch by the guy who's dropped more passes than anybody this year. Deontay Johnson there. So Deontay, he caught a ball where he dove, and he'd missed a couple of those. This one he caught. And then we have the next 15, 20 minutes of good football. TJ Watt should be NFL Defensive Player of the Year. I'll share this with you. I've been busting Smokin' Jim's chops all day, and he was right about TJ Watt. Even Tony from Chick-fil-A said, you know, Smokin' Jim may be right about TJ Watt. I said, we need some more time on that. but I think his time is now.
Yeah, but before his head gets too big for his hat to fit on it.
Yeah.
You know, for once, he was right about somebody.
Chip, could you repeat that? That's a classic. But that's why I wanted to say he was right, and I don't know if it's the only time, but it's close to it. So, and I've been with him at many events.
Even a
And,
blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then,
well,
right?
I'll share this with you since we've been to boxing matches. And Smoking Jim, you know he loves the women because he promotes them all the time. Most beautiful women in Pittsburgh are just women, so that's how simple he is. He doesn't post one picture, he posts 5 to 10 a day. It's unbelievable. Then I go to Instagram because I got 900 some followers, so I go up once in a while. I posted 27 pictures. He posts that per day, and I see half naked women and everything else. And it just doesn't end. So when he talks about sports, he's distracted at times, even though he's an NFL scout, Steeler scout, and watch 2 films every day. So he says, you know, I give him all the credit in the world, but to me, for all the Steeler fans, forget about what Smoking Jim's saying. I'm only interested in the next game. We'll see what happens. At least the duck won't be here. I'm thankful for no duck.
At least the duck won't lay another egg.
Well, 3-3. You know I'm with the numbers this week. Duck 3-3. Mason Rudolph 5-3. 5-3. The 4 is questionable. He came in and won a game, but it was under Mason Rudolph was the starter. So those things happen. He missed a couple games. And then I wanted to interrupt you for the 7th disclaimer. Why does Smoking Jim like a known liar like Myles Garrett? Who this year, because the NFL's got all this social injustice things and they're doing things in the community, I watched a promo with Myles Garrett helping kids and doing things out there, and I'm thinking, how do you spell guilty? So I'll ask Smoking Jim Frazier, how does a liar spell guilty?
Walter Payton, Man of the Year.
Not yet. We will see. But that's it for what's on my mind. We're coming back with some fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Steelers show blitz. He throws the pass up. It's going to be picked up. James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline. 25-30.
Well, you know, it's difficult because you never know who has it.
Be careful. There may be social distancing on some transportation services, but you still need to be careful no matter what.
Well, during this unexpected time, I do hope that everybody is being safe and wear masks and wash our hands, hand sanitize if you have to.
That's why the coronavirus is so dangerous, because we don't know who has it and we don't know what services it might be on. So it's just important. Do simple things. Wash your hands. Stay clean. Socially distance yourselves.
A friend of mine has a relative who got the coronavirus and he can't leave home, but we still try to make it work by doing Zoom every one of the 2 days we're supposed to get together, and we still have online gaming.
And if you're traveling, just be safe. Just be cognizant that there is still a pandemic out there, and just do the simple things to keep yourself sanitary and clean, and to make sure that we can limit and potentially stop the spread of this as quickly as possible.
Watch the roads, be mindful of your surroundings, and do everything that you're supposed to avoid getting sick.
Well, we're trying to stay together with our masks on and hand sanitize every often, but always stay together. Do not spread any more COVID around your family members or strangers during this unexpected time.
Well, my mom's a nurse, so she tells me all the time, hey, wash your hands, Nicholas. She told me to do the simple things, so I've been doing the simple things. But, to any other of my family members, I want you to stay safe. And, we have Zoom and we have all ththese other video chat meetings, so we'll have one of those this year for sure. We'll still be together and we'll still be doing things. We can play games over the internet, do all that stuff. But, I wish my family to just stay safe and don't worry. There's alternatives to us being together this year, but I'm sure I'm thinking about you, and I just want you all to stay safe.
They want me to stay safe and to stay warm, and whatever it takes to not get sick.
And have a very safe Christmas.
Show blitz. He throws the pass up. It's going to be picked up. James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline. 25-30.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. Thanks, my man, Chip Hayner. Got my main man, Corner. We be on the same page. How about the Rookie of the Years in the house? Steve Fisher. And my man Anthony making us look good on the ones and twos. Not a hair out of place. And I got to talk about Al's cousin, the VIP.
It's his birthday.
VPTV. My favorite fullback, Nick, moving up fast. But hey, I'll be real quick on the fiction and fact, because I know we want to get to a lot of stuff.
No, we're okay. You can talk.
And I was going to talk about something else. But every time I try to get out, y'all pull me back in. But, hey, on 2017, I took a lot of heat. On draft day, when the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted T.J. Watt, I said he's the best linebacker in Pittsburgh Steelers history. I took a lot of heat about that. He's getting ready. He's the first Pittsburgh Steeler in the history to have 14.5 sacks 2 years in a row. He got 15 sacks already. He got to play against Cleveland to get that record, to get James Harrison's record of 6. He got to play him. He's young. He drink a lot of milk. He's from Wisconsin.
Talk to your friend Mike. Talk to your friend Mike to let him play.
But Coach, yeah, we used to be friends. Then we ain't good friends anymore.
Well, you talk bad about him all the time.
Well, he's still mad at me because I asked him. He went to William and Mary, and his wife went to William and Mary. And Darren Sharper went to William and Mary, and I'm like, how'd your wife pick you over Darren Sharper? You know, Darren Sharper, good-looking guy. And then he went out and he's in jail the rest of his life.
It shows you Kia had her head screwed on straight.
Yeah, well, she didn't eat those Jell-O pops. But Darren Sharper was a good-looking guy. But he couldn't take no for an answer, so he would be in jail the rest of his life. Oh, Bubba don't take no for an answer either. But hey, Mike Tomlin said in his press conference today, I know you guys didn't see it because you was watching Booger McFarland and Randy Moss. But,
they weren't on today.
But Coach Cowher said today that T.J. Watt is from another planet. So I got to change my evaluation on T.J. Watt. Now I'm saying T.J. Watt is the greatest defensive player in Pittsburgh Steelers history. Move over Joe Green and Ernie Slotner. It's T.J. Watt time. And that's the fiction fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac. I'm all done. Go ahead, Chip.
All right, so a couple of questions for you. We got some awards coming up for the year end. Now we're going to go into college here, so obviously.
I got my vote.
Oh, we both agree that T.J. Watt should be the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. NFL MVP this year. Who's your selection?
You mean the overall?
Yeah.
NFL MVP.
Yeah, not the Steeler MVP.
Well, if I was giving out the MVP award, I would have to give it to. If he gets 2,000 yards, I got to give it to the running back for Tennessee.
Do you not think that what Aaron Rodgers has done this year?
Yeah, I love it.
44 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, passed for over 4,000 yards. I think Aaron Rodgers sewed it up on a snowy night in Green Bay on Sunday night.
Chip, I gotta second that. Yes.
I say Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
And he got rid of Danica Patrick.
So,
well, I don't like Aaron Rodgers, so.
No, we know
Heisman
that.
Trophy winner. Who's your pick?
I voted for a kid from North Dakota State named Trev Lawrence before the season started. Then he got hurt the third game of the season. I think he's still going to go in the first round. Nobody heard of this kid, a black kid from Minnesota playing at North Dakota State, but he's a talent.
Other than his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, hey, listen. If you're giving it to the best player in college football, even though he got hurt a little bit, I would give it to the kid for Clemson. But if I'm voting for who was the best player this year in college football, hands down the quarterback from Notre Dame. He had a heck of a season, man.
I beg to differ. The college football player of the year, which is not the Heisman Trophy winner, is
Yes.
Devontae Smith from Alabama.
Yeah,
Here are his statistics. He played, 10 games?
yeah.
Yeah.
98 catches, 1,500
Fast.
yards receiving,
Fast.
17 touchdowns.
Fast.
I mean,
Yeah.
How about the running back for Alabama?
he
He's good, too.
outshined him. I mean, now you think about that.
Couple brothers
The guy,
outshining
you've got a
each
guy that's averaging 10 catches
That's
and
amazing.
more than 150 yards a game and close to 2 touchdowns per game.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's. I just wanted your input.
Defensive MVP of the league, who would you go with?
For-
in NFL, essential sport, NFL.
Without any question, T.J. Watt.
TJ Watt. See, I'm split. Now, Aaron Donald, who played at a school near Gateway,
Penn Hills.
it's so much harder to dominate inside. But if I was given the true MVP,
Yeah.
as much as I like T.J. Watt, and don't nobody like T.J. Watt like I like T.J. Watt.
Yeah, only 3 years in the league.
The
Yeah.
true defensive MVP, and he ain't going to finish in the top 5, would be Adams from Seattle that came from
Whoa.
the Jets.
Whoa.
He got 9.5 sacks as
Yeah.
a safety.
Yeah.
You got to give him some consideration. Listen, can we just say, let me just say one thing before we go to
No,
Chip.
say 2.
Just say one thing.
Say 2.
Cam Hayward in the Castro making the Pro Bowl. You talk about fraud in the election, the voting, and there it is.
Okay.
And that's what's on my mind. Cam Hayward
Well,
had
you
a
know,
horrible
this
season.
is the way I look
Well, you got
at it.
two things in instead of one.
And the player that you picked from Seattle, there is some validity to that. But let's just say this. Take him off of the Seahawks team, okay, and you take T.J. Watt off the Steelers. Steelers are looking like the Cincinnati Bengals without T.J. Watt. And I think he has been
I hope he gets
a
it.
more valuable player to this team because look at the injuries to our linebacking core.
That's excuse.
We
I'll go
lost.
by excuse.
We lost. Well, just like Cleveland and their receivers, right? Okay. I mean,
Hot tub.
what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
One hot tub.
We
One
lost.
hot tub.
We lost Bud Dupree,
Yeah.
his bookend on the other side.
Yeah.
We lost Devin Bush. We lost Vince Williams for a period of time due to COVID. And all T.J. Watt has done has been unstoppable.
Do you think he needs the last game against Cleveland to win it?
That's not my decision to make.
Always remember, NFL is 70% black and it's reverse discrimination. They have a hard time voting for the white guy. They
Okay.
have a hard time voting for the white guy.
Next.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. Thank
You
you,
know it.
Smoking Jim.
Well, thank you, everybody. And last bit of trivia for this year, and I'm going back
Lay
to
it
the
on us.
baseball diamond, right? And this year has been a tragic year, for so many different reasons, besides the virus and everything. But this year, Jim was just saying to me before we came on the air, more Hall of Famers have died this year than I ever remember dying in any other year. And for once, Jim was right.
Well, you
You
heard
know,
it from somebody else.
And what I would like to talk
That's
about
why.
is somebody that died last weekend who was probably the greatest at his craft to ever play the game. And the greatest knuckleball pitcher of all time was Phil Niekro. Okay?
Who?
What are you, an owl?
Smoking
Okay.
Jim, he only found baseball 9 years and 4 months ago
Philip
when
Henry
Sportsline started.
Philip Henry Niekro died on December 26th.
Yeah, what a pitcher.
Nicknamed Knucksy, okay, was an American baseball pitcher who played 24 seasons in Major League Baseball, 20 of them with the Milwaukee or Atlanta Braves. Niekro's 318 career victories are the most by a knuckleball pitcher and ranks 16th on Major League Baseball's all-time wins list. He won the National League Gold Glove Award 5 times, was selected for 5 All-Star teams, led the league in victories twice, and earned run average once. He was a key contributor to the Braves winning their only 2 division titles before 1991. Niekro was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1997. He made his major league debut on April 15, 1964 for the Milwaukee Braves. His last appearance was September 27, 1987 for the Atlanta Braves. His one-loss record was .318 and .274. His career earned run average was 3.35, extremely respectable.
Yeah.
Strikeouts, 3,342. The teams that he played for were the Braves from 64 to 83, the Yankees in 84 and 85, the Cleveland baseball team in 86 and 87, the Toronto Blue Jays in 1987, and he finished his career with the Atlanta Braves in 1987. His career highlights: All-Star 1969, 75, 78, 82, 84. Five-time Gold Glove Award winner, but more significant, I think, won the Roberto Clemente Award in 1980.
Wow.
Two-time National League wins leader in 74 and 79. Major League Baseball ERA leader in 1967. National League strikeout leader in 1977. Pitched a no-hitter on August 5th, 1973. The Braves retired as number 35. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame on his fifth ballot, fifth year of eligibility, with 80% of his of the votes. Niekro and his younger brother Joe amassed 539 wins between them, the most combined wins by brothers in baseball history. Phil's 121 career victories after the age of 40 is a major league record. His longevity is attributed to his knuckleball, which is a difficult pitch to master, but is easy on the arm and often baffles hitters due to its unpredictability. Now here's a pitcher that I'm sure anybody that follows baseball has heard of, Madison Bumgarner.
Yes.
And people think that
From
he's one of the
San
best
Fran.
pitchers in
Yeah.
baseball right now.
That was a great comparison.
Well, in his career to date, he's won 121 games, and he's lost 119. Phil Niekro won 121 career games after the age of 40.
That's amazing.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, right there, now just to touch on some of the Hall of Famers that have passed. And then there's also one player that passed this year that actually wasn't a Hall of Famer, but he's in the Hall of Fame. You've got, you've got Niekro, you've got Joe Morgan, you've got Tom Seaver,
Lou Brock.
Lou Brock,
Gibson.
Bob Gibson. The list goes on and on. There's 7 Hall of Famers that died. Also, the only man to pitch a perfect game in the World Series, Don Larson,
Yeah.
who's actually, his career didn't warrant him being elected into the
No.
Hall of Fame, but he performed something that's Hall
Never
of Fame
been.
worthy. Nobody's ever going to pitch a perfect game in the World Series because pitchers can't make it out of the 4th inning anymore.
No.
So, so pitching a perfect game in the World Series, you got a better chance of the Pirates winning the World Series than seeing that happen again.
Question: how does a pitcher win a Golden Glove?
Because
Fielding.
a pitcher is a
On his
fielder.
fielding.
A pitcher is a fielder, okay? And then something in the National League is that for you have to be able to play in the field to be able to, get a spot in the starting lineup. So the pitcher has X number of opportunities to make putouts. And how many errors does he make? All the balls that are hit to him that he could potentially make outs out of, he made them out. One pitcher who won more Gold Gloves than I believe anybody, pitched for St. Louis Cardinals for 25, 26 years, and his name was Jim Cott. And I
Yeah.
believe he won 22 or 23 Gold Gloves. The second highest, I believed, was Greg Maddux.
Yeah.
Greg Maddux.
How is Doc Ellis still alive?
He's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rest in peace. I thought he was. Is he really passed?
I do believe he is.
No,
yes.
I think he's alive.
No, I think he might be alive.
Yeah, Doc Ellis is
Because
alive.
I'm actually
I
friends
believe
with
he
him.
died recently. I'm going to find
No,
out
no,
right now.
Doc's still
I'm
alive.
friends
gonna
with
fact
him.
Don't
check.
make no mistakes.
I'm friend. Oh, disclaimer, number 10 of the day. He's a perfect man. And he's honest, too.
Doc Ellis died December 19th, 2008.
Wow.
We didn't even know. We missed that.
No.
That's 12 years ago.
Because somebody has his page. I'm friends with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
if you need
Rest
a-
in peace. to
Chip,
his
thank
family.
you very much.
Anybody, you're welcome to fact check me anytime, okay?
We'll take you all day long.
Oh, Chip.
We won't take
You're
him.
welcome to fact check me.
Any more questions so I can
I'd have
move
read
on?
more than 17 pages in that Negro book, brother. I would have known that, man.
He wasn't in that
He
book.
didn't play in the Negro
He
League.
wasn't in the book. I just had to disclaim that. 11 times today, a new record for our last show. Thank you, Chip. Thanks for not changing that dial. I hope we've been entertaining. On Location is weak because we're practicing lockdown, again, even harder now till January 4th. Not too many opportunities to go out and do shows. So that's on hold till next year. We'll see what happens. I have to give you an update, though. This is our last Tuesday night show. We're ending it on 2020. The school board needs Tuesday night to do their live conferences or whatever, so they're bumping us off. And we'll be on Thursday night, 7 o'clock to 8, starting next week, which is January 7th, 2021. Yes, it's 2021. We're changing our schedule, so every Thursday night we'll be live doing this show like we've been doing since October 11th, 2011. So thank you for being fans and watching us. We have plenty of more entertaining segments like this. Smoking Jim's been on fire the last month for some unknown reason. I think he's been staying home too much.
He can't win a bet to save his life.
No, I've been cold.
As we
Cold.
touch on Smoking Jim again,
Antarctica's cold.
I want to do a little prediction before we get to the Steelers on the last segment, since we only got about 6 minutes left. Smoking Jim, do you like the Steelers winning the last game of the year?
No.
Okay, that's enough.
Baker
Chip, what do you think?
I like the Steelers to beat the Browns, and I count on Baker Mayfield choking like he did last week.
Let's bet on that.
Can I hold that money? Let me hold
Bet
it.
on that, Chip.
I'll go Steelers, and I'm happy that they're division champs. And we'll do a quick commercial, and we'll be back for some Steeler talk to end this year.
And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Michael Harris has it.
Bethel Park Inline Hockey. It's fast, it's fun, and we want you to play. Inline hockey is just like ice hockey, but no ice, and significantly less expensive and far less of a time commitment. Way less travel than ice hockey, too. The sport is played on a specialized rink at the Bridgeville Rollerplex, RMU Island Sports Complex, Harmerville's Alpha Arena, Hot Shots Indoor Sports Arena, and the Murraysville Sports Zone. Our teams play in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Roller Hockey League, or the PIRHL. Each year, teams from elementary, middle, and high school play a 16-game schedule, plus playoffs, from October through March. Practice one evening a week and games on Saturdays or Sundays. The sport is recognized by the Bethel Park School District, which means student athletes can earn a letter once they reach high school. We play rivals such as Upper St. Clair, Peters Township, Canon-Mac, Pine Richland, North Hills, and so many more. This is no pickup game. You'll need regulation pads, hockey skates, helmets, and the coolest Hawks uniforms around. 2 refs at every game officiate 3 15-minute periods with a running clock. No icing, no offsides, no checking, but this sport will rock you. Registration is coming up, so check out our website at www.bpinlinehockey.com and sign up soon. Let's play!
And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Michael Harris has it.
All right, this is our last segment of 2020 Steeler Talk. I'm a happy Steeler fan. Division winners. I see them beating Cleveland, even with Baker Mayfield. What do you guys think? Let's finish this out.
To be honest with you, I think Cleveland's going to do what they usually always do: trip and fall, and
Choke.
and end up looking bad. And here's the question that I have to ask: would this be an epic collapse if the Browns don't make the playoffs? Because what you've got is you've got 4 teams that are vying for 3 spots.
Yes.
You've got the Ravens, you've got the Colts, you've got the Browns, and you've got
Miami.
Miami. Okay, so you got those 4 teams. Now Tennessee tripped and
in.
fell last week
Yeah.
against the
Green Bay.
against Green Bay, and they looked bad doing it.
Whoa.
And they haven't wrapped up the division yet. So
They could be out.
they could ultimately end up being out. So of those 5 teams, 4 of them are getting in. 4 of them are getting in. And, I look at what Indianapolis is doing. They're playing Jacksonville. And, that should be a win, because
Oh, yeah.
even Jacksonville is not inept enough to lose the first pick in the draft.
Right.
But, there's, this game has no importance to the Steelers whatsoever. And that's why I think, the Browns are just going to be so uptight because, if they don't win, they're not in.
Yeah.
Okay? And Cleveland has not ever been able to handle success well.
Right.
They're much better at dealing with failure. And I just don't see Cleveland as coming through in the end. They're going to trip and stumble and fall 2 inches short of the finish line.
Let's go to the final Cleveland fan on this board and let him talk about his team.
Well, of course, I got to disagree. If
Thank you.
If Chuck Noll or Bill Cowher was coaching,
Okay.
other than instead of the
You mean the
cheerleader-
other 2 Hall of Fame coaches?
Yeah, the
that
other 2
coached
Hall
the
of Fame
Steelers.
coaches instead of
Coached
this
the Steelers.
cheerleader that we got now.
The Hall of Fame cheerleader.
There is something to play with. It's for second seed. Them and Buffalo got the exact same record. Buffalo's playing Miami. If Buffalo loses and the Steelers win, they get 2 home games. Now the Steelers are giving it away. They're going to lose
They
to
haven't given away
Cleveland,
anything.
and they're only going to get 1 home game. They'll probably be one and done. That's poor coaching.
Wow, you heard it from Smoking
I would play
Jim.
everybody like it's a. You still got a chance for the second seed. You got the same record as Buffalo. Buffalo could lose to Miami.
I think Buffalo has more to lose than, and if Buffalo loses and we beat the Browns with our second string quarterback like we usually do, it's going to be a cakewalk through the playoffs. Right straight through Kansas
Both
City.
games are at 1 o'clock. You should be going.
Well, yeah,
all
all the
out, not
games. I think all the
scoreboard
games are at
watching.
1 o'clock next week.
Are they?
Yeah.
The reason they do that, well, because they're worried about competitive balance.
Sure.
Okay, and that way everybody's got the same amount of rest before the playoffs start next Saturday.
They want equality. Parity's what they want, even though they don't support
Kansas
it.
City got a bye week. Green Bay got a bye week. They earned it.
Well, I want to thank you, all our friends and fans out there, for watching our show. Hopefully we enjoyed you. Sorry about all the disclaimers, but I'm an honest man like Smoking Jim, and I had to stop him. He was out of control. Thanks again. We appreciate all of you. Enjoy your new year. Be safe and healthy, and
Happy
stay
New Year, everybody.
Stay Joey strong.